Welcome everybody back to another episode of Gambling Nights, the hottest late night podcast show where we talk about live and trending sporting topics. We try to hit you with some gambling stories. You already see the man with the red cup. So it's that type of night. I am the host. I'm the CEO. They call me Moss Money. And of course, I got my right hand man. Be humble. What's up, bro?
We good, man. Blessed to be
Yeah.
here.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm
As
saying?
always. As
Many
always.
years,
As
brother.
always.
Many
Yeah.
years of our friendship and love, man. I love you, brother. I love you, brother.
Appreciate that.
I love you,
Appreciate
brother.
that.
Love you.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Love you too, bro. And welcome everybody who's new, because I had a viral moment on Twitter and had a lot of new followers, like 50, 60, maybe even 70 new followers out there. So welcome to the Gambling Night Show. Like I said, it's another trendy type show. We talk about topics. And all you guys who follow me, bro, all Eagles fans. Love it. Love it. All Eagles fans. And we talked about the Eagles over and over and over again. We talked about them Monday. We talked about them Tuesday. We talked about them Sunday night. We're talking about them now on Wednesday. And the first topic I want to get into for everybody is this apology. So Darius Slay has come out and apologized, and we haven't watched the video yet. Me or Humble have not watched the video yet. So I'm kind of interested to see what he says. Maybe a lot of you guys have seen it already. I haven't. So I want to watch the video, see what he says. And I want you guys to chime in and let me know. Do you accept this man's apology to the fans for what we've all feel? Now, maybe not all of us. I didn't see it that way, but we feel like he was out of pocket going on Parsons podcast right after the game, right after a loss, and getting more into like not even feeling. We didn't feel like he felt like us. Like that hurt. That hurt. That loss hurt. And he's out there laughing about the game and how people missing tackles and this and that. So let's take a listen and see what the homie got to say. And you guys let me know what you guys think.
In the comments, it's noticeable. I see it all day. Yes, I turned off my comments on Twitter. I did a lot of stuff, man, because it's just like, hey, we are human. Y'all can get to us too. So I got to just ignore some of that kind of stuff. But for people to say that, hey, take the C off your chest, Slay, because of this. Like, I lead in a different type of way. I'm not a big vocal guy like Hurts. Hurts, y'all see Hurts all the time. Y'all say he got serious face and that. I am the joyful side of the team, or the leadership. I'm a guy that's going to put smiles on your face. If you're looking like you had a bad day, I'm the one that's going to try to cheer you up and make your day better. So I bring a different type of energy that the team needs. I leave the serious stuff to Hurts. I yell all the yelling stuff to, back in the time was Kels. Kels would do a lot of yelling at time. I used to let Flex do all the yelling. I'm more of a guy that's kind of like simmer here, very understanding. I try to lead by example by just working hard, doing the best of my ability to let me do what I need to do to be prepared for the game. But my leadership skills are way different from everybody else. I'm still blessed enough and thankful enough to be a captain on this team. And yeah, man. So that's what it really is with me, with the podcast with Michael. Like, me and him got a great relationship. I know it's real beef with the organizations and the fan base. I'm with y'all, man. I want to whip the Cowboys' ass every time, but I do have an outside life in football, and I know how y'all get, man, fans. But Philly fan, please, just trust your boy. I'm here with y'all. We are one, and what we can't have is dividing, what I'm saying? Dividing. I know I get attacked a lot, which is cool with me. If I'm playing bad, attack me, please. You know what I'm saying? I hold myself accountable way before you hold myself accountable. And I got that C on my chest for a reason. And guys love it. Guys appreciate what I bring to the team. The organization appreciate what I bring to the team. And yeah, man, that's what about.
All right, so maybe I got the wrong clip, but I ain't hear no sorry. I ain't hear no sorry. I heard him talk about, try to let people in as a player. So maybe I missed it. Maybe it was a tweet or, a tweet that he put out there that he wanted to, I think it was actually, that he wanted to sincerely apologize to the fans. You know what it was? It was an apology that he put out to the fans. Remember, he posted about his stats when they were coming at him, and they would press him. Oh shit! Damn, you got that face? Okay. Well, what you got for me, bro? Because you scratch. Yeah, you rub the top of the forehead like an old head. Like, damn,
I'd rather him just not say nothing at all.
Oh, okay.
He said a lot of nothing.
Yeah.
He said a lot of nothing. That's just what it is. I mean, if you honest, he should know. Listen, I'm all for. I know it's a new era. It's just a new era of young men
Yeah.
and the passion that they carry with the sport. I'm not saying it's going to make them do anything different or they're not going to play any less. But we came from that end of an era of hard coaching, rivalry, hatred of the opponent, and wanting to, what I'm saying, knock these motherfuckers' heads off.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
whether it's high school level, you had your rivals, and you ain't fuck with none of them motherfuckers at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Not on a Saturday, not on a Sunday, definitely not on a Monday through Friday, because you just didn't like them. I'm trying to kill you when we play. And I think we've got to a different place now where everybody's friends, everybody makes money, everybody trying to make even more money. You see the
Yeah.
passing of the jersey. Oh, please sign my jersey after you just got bombed. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a different level. Um, I just remember back in the days of the Dallas, like we was standing. Unfortunately, I didn't condone some of this stuff with the Eagles fans. I was actually in the building when we was clapping when Michael Irvin had a back injury. That was like crazy. Like, what I'm saying?
I remember that.
That's how disrespectful we don't
Yeah.
like the Dallas Cowboys. For you to come out here, listen, I gave an excuse Sunday or Monday, whenever we were on. I was like, I ain't too worried about it. But as I start reading into it a little bit more and then laughing, and you talking about your own teammates and CJ Gardner Johnson and him missing tackles, and it was laughing, ha ha ha. You got your other bull from the Dallas Cowboys pretty much clowning us for the game. It's like, really, my guy? So then we expect you to go on what, Christmas Eve? When we play Cowboys? Christmas Eve,
The
right?
10th.
Or
The
sometime,
10th.
yeah. So December 10th, you
Yeah.
expect us to think, what I'm saying, you're gonna be ready for that game? Just show us that you hate these dudes. Y'all
So
can do
you
shit.
want to
Y'all can
you
that
need
shit
to
in
see that. You
summertime.
need to see them. You need to see that rivalry intensity.
Yeah, right. Right. I
Yeah,
do.
you
Because
do.
that's what football's about. We've taken that out of the football game. You can't
Mm.
touch players, you can't do this. So you took all that aggression out. So everybody like, hey buddy, what's up, man? Listen, it's almost over, man. Regardless, we're gonna get paid on Tuesday anyway. So let me hit you up, when I get up out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, it's just different though, because football is a gladiator sport. It
it
is.
is. The
It's a
warrior.
gladiator sport. They
Yeah,
they
you
gonna
could be
tell
a
you that,
warrior.
but at the
Yeah,
same time, it just was like, yo, I'm cutting your head off.
yeah.
So
I feel you. I feel
sorry,
you. Yeah. I mean, it don't really bother. I'm still even kill with it. It didn't really bother me. They're just different. They just not wired the same. Um. So I don't really look too much more further into it than what we see. As long as you strap it up on game day, you know what I mean? It ain't no friends on game day. You know what I mean? We can talk like it ain't like we act like Larry and Mike didn't go golfing or some shit or magic. But come game day, we not friends. What Kobe said, Paul Gasol in the Olympics. This is my brother. He is the godfather of my daughter. But I tell you what, on the first play, I know what they're gonna do. And guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna run right through that motherfucker to set the tone.
But you know what, Moss? This is what I'm saying. Like, if that was the vibe we was getting on the podcast, then
Yeah,
we'd be cool with it. Go away on the podcast, but don't be ha ha, man. That was funny, man. We missed 13 tackles in the first quarter. Like, come on, my guy. Like, don't be all hoorah, boo ha. Like, be like,
yeah,
nah, but we still gonna bust your ass. You see what I'm
right,
saying? Like,
right,
talk your shit. Don't
yeah.
be up there just like who, because that's your rival.
What's up, hello, motherfuckers?
Right? What up, man?
What's
That's your
up, bro?
rival, bro.
I know Don is feeling himself. Them Detroit
Oh yeah, the
Tigers,
Tigers.
man. We're gonna get to the MLB brackets, man. So stick around for that for sure. Crazy days in MLB, but my bad. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, just think if you're gonna go on the podcast, represent, like, yo, yeah,
Yeah,
it's funny. It was funny today, but guess what we're gonna do on the 10th? we're gonna bust your ass. Like talk some shit. Like so we know that you really about we cool, but you know what I mean. When it comes down to it, we gonna get it in. Let us know that, not like, hey, you my guy, and laugh it up like you just joking about what just happened. That was
Yeah.
the problem I think a lot of people had. Listen, we was fighting every week when I was playing. We had my homie took a brick to the head.
Man.
Real shit. You know what I'm saying? This is real life stuff. Took a brick to the head from our opponent. We storming sidelines. Like that's just how we felt about our team and our camaraderie around our team versus these dudes. So it's definitely different.
Yeah, I think in college it was a little bit more. In high school, for me, it's just like it's. I mean, I heard people talking shit, like people from the prep talking shit about me. Ain't nobody never said shit to my face.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, it was just like, all right, you know.
You also wasn't hanging with nobody from the prep.
No, not really.
Right?
No.
Can you imagine?
Really.
McDevitt, you ain't fucking with nobody. You ain't want the nigga. I ain't want y'all on our field. Y'all played on our field. I hated when y'all was on our field. We ain't even play y'all.
I wanted to play y'all because I knew I was gonna bust y'all ass.
Yeah, all right, we was nice. You was tripping. You tripping.
And not even you see me on the field. You tripping.
So
you tripping. I'm not saying you nice, but everywhere I've been like the best player. Don't matter. You know what I mean? All-star team, college. Nice. Don't matter.
Nice.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess at the end of the day, do you accept the apology from your captain?
He could have saved it. He could have really saved it. I don't think he needed to apologize. You are what you are. At the end of the day, what you told me was nothing less than you are a funny, high character as far as energy guy. And I didn't really hear much about you holding it down for the city or for your team. At the end of the day.
He's not an eagle though. That's what people keep forgetting. He's not
solid, and he's a solid NFL player that really don't have allegiance to anybody besides himself, and that's fine. That's cool. That's cool. Kind of what goes on now. People don't have allegiance. You can't expect it even more because now you think college would transition to the NFL, but these dudes hopping and skipping around in college now too. Like it used to be loyalty to your team and to where you're from. You got cats going to 3 different colleges. Like who you represent?
Here to get that check.
Yeah, that's true.
Speaking of getting that check and then thinking about, kind of hopping around, these are the new odds for Davante Adams. So if you don't know, Davante Adams has come out and requested a trade from the Las Vegas Raiders. And don't know how anybody knows, how people get this information. I don't know. All I know is the word on the street is his preference is the Saints or the Jets. And you see the odds right there. I think Washington or Dallas is really interesting. That is not good for us in the NFC. He probably doesn't go to Dallas just because they just paid CeeDee Lamb. So I just had another podcast. Shout out to the boys on Inside the Nest, I think it's called. The homie Smitty and King DV. They had hit me up and had me on their podcast. So appreciate you boys. If you guys are watching and even listen to this, John. So make sure you check out, I think it's I am Smitty, Smitty on Twitter. Check him out. Good Eagles fans, good dudes. But you made a good point on the thing about Cowboys not being able to get or afford them. I just said it's Jerry World, so he'll figure it out. But it's looking like really the Saints or the Jets. Some ties obviously to the Jets with Rodgers, and then some ties to the Saints with Carr. And I heard there's a mentor of his that he knew in college. That's a coach. I heard that from Emmanuel Acho, in McCoy's show, that there's a real tie, like somebody who mentored him, helped him through college, helped him become a man that he is now. That's on the Saints. So I got some real good ties there. But if you're Davante Adams, bro, where are you going? Because you got to go somewhere you're going to win. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to go somewhere where you're not going to win. You're going to go somewhere where the best chances for you to win. Where you going, man, out of these two, man? Who are you picking?
Well, it's interesting because I think there's a documentary that they did. They did the quarterback last year. This year they did the receiver. He was one of the receivers out of Las Vegas. I think it was last season. So it was interesting watching that. He obviously he's very loyal. Seems like a good person, really person first, good character, high character guy, family oriented guy. but I think he just knows that he's on the tail end of his career, and he's like, I ain't got time. It's kind of very similar to like DJ Moore in Chicago. Like, I don't really have time for a whole rebuild. I'm trying to win.
Yeah.
I think Davante's going to go to a place where he can possibly win. That would possibly be the Jets, although they don't look that great. But I think you added Davante with a Wilson. I mean, that's a tough tandem. You get him back with Aaron Rodgers, who knows him very, very well.
Chris Avila and out there in the Saints and that in the dome, bro.
I think you go there too, and you got your boy Derek Carr. So that's his boy Derek Carr. I think that's like the godfather of his children. I may be mistaken, but that's how close they are.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets tandem up with them too. So I would see why those two places are the top odds, because he has very familiarity with the quarterback position. Obviously played many years with Aaron in Green Bay, and his best friend who he went to college with, and Derek Carr, is in New Orleans. So I would actually also throw in the Chiefs here. I don't see why the Chiefs wouldn't make a stab at him.
The Chiefs are already out. So I'm done now. We'll get to you real quick. Actually, no, I'll just do it right now. What do you think about Buffalo? No.
He just had no ties. There's no ties there.
Yeah, well, he played in Green Bay, so it's not like he don't know what cold weather is.
But there's no ties there. I mean,
yeah, Buffalo needs it, Don. But the word on the street is it's a second and another pick. So they want at least a second round pick and something else for him. So,
but why not? I mean, what the Chiefs got to lose? They don't have no receiver besides Rashee Rice. Besides that, you got Xavier Worthy's really a 3. I would invest. Davante's going to give you at least 3 years.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I think, I don't know, man. I don't know where he goes. I don't. I mean, he wants to go where he went, but I think his best bet is to go with the Jets, because at least they got a Super Bowl roster. He go to New Orleans, they're not winning the Super Bowl. They'll be dangerous, but they're not winning the Super Bowl. They'll have a Super Bowl maybe offense, but it's still in Carr, and then you trust Carr to get you there. You know what I mean? Coach, what's up, man? Took you long enough to show up around here. That's my guy, Coach Marcus. If you guys want somebody who fucks up an algorithm every single day, you want some trending topics, some stuff, and his WNBA content is crazy. He's probably one of the better ones around. He's on it. So if you guys into WNBA and just all NFL, ex-Eagle running back, actually, Marcus Thompson, go check him out. Pro Fan Talk. Yeah, I would probably go Jets, but I don't know if I like the Jets to win the AFC, even with Davante Smith. There's something wrong with the Jets. I don't know what it is. There's something wrong. The Raiders not trading in division. They hate each other. In division with who?
What do you mean with the Chiefs?
Oh, with the Chiefs. Okay.
Yeah, I get it. That makes sense.
Yeah, that'd be dangerous.
Buffalo. Buffalo. I just don't see him. I don't see why he would go up there. But I mean, over these two, right?
Yeah.
If these are the two options, I'm going to be in a dome or I'm going to be with Aaron in New York.
Chargers.
But I don't think he's like I said. He's on the tail end. He's not here trying to rebuild.
Yeah, Chargers. So
he's looking.
Chargers don't have a Super Bowl team. Like, he wants to win. You guys got to think about where can he go and win now and win in a small window. So I think he's got 2 years left on his contract, and he's a top paid receiver.
Right.
So
and he got a good strong 2 to 3 years of his talent. I mean, obviously still one of the best route runners, best hands in the game. Still to me, still a top 5 receiver. And I think he got all the respect around the receiver rooms.
Yeah. So. No, I agree. I was blocking you with the logo, bro. Why didn't you say something? All right. So I don't think we have. Oh yeah, we do have one more look on NFL, and then we'll move to Major League Baseball. What's going on? I know Don is excited to talk about that shit.
Yeah.
And then we have I got a clip. We're going to do a nice little clip for the respect to the legends. Crazy how we lost 3 legends in like a day. So I got, some nice pictures and one more clip for John Amos. If you guys don't know who that is, one of the first ever kind of black fathers on TV and Good Times. But I got a funny clip with him from what I think is probably the greatest comedy ever. And just stick around so you guys can see that. But speaking of the Chiefs, as you guys have talked about before, the Chiefs do get good news on Rice. The word on the street with Rice is that no structural damage, even though it looked bad. No structural damage on Rice. No ACL or PCL or none of that. He didn't tear nothing. It looks like just a bone bruise. Avoid surgery. Will play this season. Who knows when, but at least probably didn't get. I don't think they put him on IR yet. So the guy guess is going to just stay put. But that's a huge news for the Kansas City Chiefs because they look like they're going to be the champs again, bro. They look like they're going to break the record and go 3. You know what I mean? They really do. They really do. I don't see anybody able to knock them off in the AFC. Especially in KC. Detroit might give, and if they make it to the bowl, Detroit might give them a good run.
Baltimore is going to be coming around.
Some shit.
You think so? Baltimore some shit?
You can't lose to the Raiders, bro.
I mean,
you can't lose to the Raiders and be a contender.
Yeah, but I think you have those games. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think the Chiefs really kind of, although they're 4-0, they're finding ways to win off their talent, off their defense.
That's what I mean. It's their defense.
Think Patrick Mahomes will probably pick it up, right? He's been playing awful. They're still winning. You lose Rashee Rice for a while. That's tough. You don't have nobody to go to right now. Travis Kelce looks like he's out. First time I've ever seen Travis Kelce, he looks out of shape.
Normal.
He looks out of shape. Like you see that stomach, he looks like he got a stomach. Doesn't look fast. So maybe he is getting old.
Yeah.
So hopefully he can kind of get it going and help them out. Rashee Rice, don't he have something coming up in December with his legal issues? Isn't that going to be coming sometime? Is he going to really play?
I don't know. You know what I just saw, y'all? I didn't post it. I don't want to talk about it. That's that man's mother.
His mama.
But yeah, you see the shit with his mom?
Yeah, come on, mama. Come on, Mama Rice.
Come on, Mama Rice. What are we doing, man?
What
are we doing out here in these streets? Come on. But then the other thing I did think about, because you know how we are, you know how our families are, his money ain't her money. We've seen a lot of athletes say that. Now we different. We different because you take care of your mama. I'm just saying.
Come on,
we don't know.
What made you do that? Like,
I don't know.
That's not the first time she did that.
Oh, like, hell no.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, come on, Mama Rice.
Yeah, I didn't want to put her on blast. That's why I didn't do the video.
It's viral now. You shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be doing that.
It don't even look like much. I don't know what she's doing. But you can't be stealing, baby.
Can't be stealing. Not people. Come on.
Yeah, not people shit.
Look around first. See what's going on.
Right. She walked past. She looked right at the ring. Like, you got the IQ of a goddamn genius.
Rashee Rice is like, man, I just can't get out the way right now. My mama now in the way. You know what I mean? Like, so
clear as day with a Rice jersey on too. Of all things,
let's say Mama Rice on the back. Like she was on her way to the game or something. Was like, hold up, let me get this package real quick. This look like it's something.
Oh my god, yo, it's so bad, so bad. That shit is funny. I'm gonna have to find the video, man, because now we talking about it. We gonna have to throw it up. I'm sorry.
No, you ain't gotta expose it. But
I don't gotta expose you. All right, I'll leave it alone.
We gonna keep it what it is. Everybody can look it up if they want to. But Mama Rice, you gotta do better, man.
Yeah, we do gotta do better.
It's better, man. Hopefully, like I said, it's a obviously it's not a bad injury. But once again, I don't know when the legal stuff's going to happen. I thought that was pushed back to December. So
yeah, I don't know. I don't know that part.
That might be something else he has to get thrown into his.
Yeah, bag. Kevin, PFR. Yeah, Buffalo don't have enough, bro. Even though Josh Allen's playing like an MVP, probably should be leading the MVP in terms of the odds. I don't know if they have enough, especially not in KC. It's different in KC, bro. KC goes to Buffalo. You get like thinking in that line, AFC Championship, KC in Buffalo. That line is probably what, a pick? -1 KC maybe.
The way KC's been playing.
Yeah.
Depending on what the health is of KC, they might be at home in Buffalo. They might be favorites. Buffalo might be favorites there.
That's tough. I don't know. And in KC, probably like -4.
At the end of the day, I think Buffalo. I think, like you said, like that that Baltimore line. This is why I like Baltimore this year, because I think they're just very tough to play. Defensively, they're solid. Offensively, they got a stallion in the backfield. You see it. I'll talk about this in a second with King Henry.
Yeah.
But you're looking at Buffalo that didn't play anybody, although they put up all on points. They played Arizona, right? Who's Arizona? They played the Dolphins,
Yeah.
right? With you know what I'm saying? Like so it was nobody they really played to really kind of show out. Baltimore was that space, and they got their ass busted. You know what I mean? So salute just on that topic with Baltimore. King Henry, man. He's about to hit 10,000 career yards, bro.
And 100 touchdowns.
I don't think nobody's going to do that anymore. Not the way the game is played right now.
Yeah, no, not the way the game is played. Not the way the game.
I mean,
They haven't figured it out yet in Baltimore either. That's the funny thing. Like I haven't.
Right. That's why I think they're going to be
like
scary.
Mark Andrews, fantasy ghost. Like he gets me 0 every week. I'm like, yo.
Like, and you still want to put him in there. You know he's going to do.
Yeah, I gotta put him in there. Like you're killing me, bro.
That imposition this year so far has been real bad.
Yeah, just ghost. Have the Chiefs dominated one game this year? They're as good as anyone, but susceptible as anyone as anyone. I agree with that. Right. The problem is that they just find ways to win. Whether you want to call it the refs, where you want to call it Mahomes, where you want to call it Andy, the Chiefs find ways to win. Right, and they have a stout defense, and they still have a stout defense.
Defense holding them down, and they'll come along. But King Henry, real quick, about to break 10,000 yards, 100 touchdowns.
Yeah,
salute to that man. That's a big guy, still outrunning players at this age. Of what he has over 4,000 carries in his career between high school to the NFL. That's a lot of carries, a lot of wear and tear on his body.
Mm-hmm.
Salute to what he's doing and still a feared running back, and I think the Baltimore Ravens are gonna be an issue this year.
Yeah, until I see it, I don't believe it. So, Don, are y'all concerned about McCaffrey? Hell yeah, I drafted him 1.
McCaffrey ain't coming back. McCaffrey's not coming back this year.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, tendonitis in both Achilles, and you can't risk him rupturing an Achilles. You just can't.
Which is eventually going to happen if he rushes back. So
yeah,
I don't see him coming back. And both legs. One's more severe where they're like, we can't even chance it. So probably has some micro tears somewhere in there where it's probably on the brink. He had to go all the way across the globe.
To Germany.
Yeah, to get a third or fourth look, whatever the situation may be. So it's much more serious than what we think. And
so I got him in fantasy. I drafted him 1. I do have the handcuff and Mason. Do you trade him or drop him at this point?
Hope you got an IR.
I do have an IR.
Throw him on an IR.
Yeah, I do have an IR. That's where he's at. I had a team too, but them two crushed me. And then I had Kupp. He got hurt. I'm not getting anything from Andrews. And McCaffrey is out. Like my it's just like broke. My team is so broke.
Yeah, it's tough.
I was just like, this is crazy.
It's tough out here in fantasy. Yeah, CMC, man, I don't think he's going to come back. I think they're obviously playing real cautious with it, and as you would. He got a lot of tread on his tires too, is obviously showing. Hopefully he gets well soon, but I don't think he comes back this year.
Yeah, I hear you. So, shout out to Don and those Detroit Tigers.
Meow.
Upsetting the Houston Astros.
Is that the right sound for a tiger?
No, I don't. You be trying to figure that out.
Right? What's a tiger sound?
Oh, here you go with this shit.
What's a tiger sound?
What is a tiger?
That's a cat.
Sound?
I did a cat sound, but
is that what you did?
Sound? Meow. Meow's a cat, right?
Come on, man. He's a funny boy. What's in the cup, man?
What is a tiger sound now?
I don't know, man. It's a roar. It's
not a lion. See, you look. You about to say it's a lion's roar? That's
a lion's roar.
That's
the same thing.
That's some fucked up shit. That's a little prejudice, I think.
Right. Like here we go. Diddy's got. He's got to stop.
Pause. We don't do.
You can't call. It's humble. It's be humble nowadays, Don. We got rid of the Diddy noise. It's only be humble. No Diddy.
X. No baby oil in my closets. All right.
But with the Major League Baseball, Red October is here, and as of right now, the Detroit Lions, like I said, upsetted the Houston Astros today, sweep them in the division series and they will see the Cleveland Guardians. I think they were number 1 seed, if I'm not mistaken. So I think Detroit was the lower seed. Also, the Royals swept the Orioles to win that series. Right now, the Braves on the brink of being eliminated, bottom of the 8th, 2 outs. Padres are leading that series 1-0. Score is 5-4. And a series that we're tuned into for the Phillies is the Mets and the Brewers. They tied it up. It is 1-1 with game 3, everything on the line in Milwaukee tomorrow. Score was 5-3. Real quick thing on Red October.
Get it up in the 8th inning. It was a 3-run, I think 3-run home run.
Yeah, right. Let me ask you this, because I've heard this on the radio today. What team are you? Let me take that back. What team do you want to play, and what team you don't want to play? If you're the Philadelphia Phillies right now,
I'm the Phillies. I want to play Milwaukee. I think it's a little good stories. You got Reese Hopkins coming back in the playoffs. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Mind you, for everybody don't know, unless you're a Philly fan, Red October is for the Phillies. Red October ain't playoff. It's Phillies playoff.
I just call it Red October.
Right. Red October is Don and the Tiger don't know nothing about. Well, they barely know anything about October, but Red October is based off of Phillies because we wear red. You know what I'm saying? So anyway,
we from Philly.
I'd rather see Milwaukee. The Mets is tough, man. We've struggled really with the Mets all season. Some teams you have your number a little bit, whether how great they are or not. So I'd rather take the Brewers. I think we can match up better with the Brewers.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we got to worry about ourselves. I think we got the best team in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, going to have some teams like the Dodgers. It's going to be tough to get through that lineup. The Yankees it's going to be tough to get through that lineup. But I think as far as overall, I think we got the best lineup. Hopefully, Ranger kind of gets this couple days off, get himself together. He's been really, really bad, but we really, really need him in that third spot for us. Obviously, Sanchez has been pitching really well all season. He's going to be really a big need. We don't have that fifth guy, so that's going to be tough. So it's going to be some moments, but I'd rather see the Brewers for a 5-game series.
So right now, live odds. I think we did this a while ago. Are they having me? They're not letting me do it. No, they're not letting me do it. It was to bet who was going to be the World Series, and I thought it was like 35-1 or 40-1 when we said Yankees and Phillies. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It should still be up. I'm trying to think if I can see it real quick. But do you still agree with that? Looking at just total, or would you kind of maybe put somebody else in there? Dodgers are going to be tough. But Dodgers choke for some reason. They always choke.
Well, Dodgers have pitching issues. So they're just not strong enough on the pitching matter. They're good enough on the bats, but pitching can get them in trouble.
Yeah.
But they're the number 1 seed, so they're going to have the home field advantage. They got 98 wins versus our 95. So, but I think I think we do well against the Dodgers.
Mm-hmm.
Yankees, man, I'm afraid against the Yankees because what I saw. It's a lot of things I saw when the Yankees came to play the Phillies this year. The first thing is, as great as Red October is in Philly, I hope we continue to show up. If we play the fucking Yankees in this World Series, I don't want to see what I saw during the season. It was too many Yankee fans in that fucking building.
That's why they don't want to play the Mets. They said the Mets would come here in heavy.
Right. So that New York traffic is so crazy.
Yeah.
Like you already got tickets already being tripled and quadrupled priced up for these guys to make them there, and they're paying for it. $2,400 for a seat, $3,000 for a seat. These New Yorkers are going to come down and pay for it. That's my biggest fear, because what I saw at the Yankees game, man, I was like hot when I'm hearing cheers when they hit a home run.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So it just makes that Red October that we're used to that much different. We play Milwaukee, man, you're going to see that fucking stadium go crazy, echoing the city, and it's an amazing place to be.
I was about to say the bank and playoffs is crazy. Like the banking
But we had to
playoffs.
play no New York teams in the playoffs.
But
So
I mean,
that's
it's just New York in general. Like you seen when New York came to the
Yeah.
Sixers, like they was deep. You know what I mean? Here,
Yeah.
so I completely agree with that. Speaking of New York, love these segues be right on point, bro. What do you think about the big trade that happened with NBA starting to kick off? We don't do too much NBA talk until like it's really like almost mid-season, and we kind of see what this looks like, shakes out. But Karl Anthony Towns gets traded to the New York Knicks for Randall and Chinjo, and I think some picks that went to the Timberwolves. Knicks get Cat, man, best in the East, or it's just
I'm not a cat fan, so I can give a shit. I thought you had a bunch of dogs in New York. You had a bunch of dogs in New York, and you brought in a little kitty cat. So they broke up the Nova Cats, the Knicks, the Nova Knicks, and you brought this guy in here that all he wants to do is be a point guard and shoot threes. So, I mean, is he talented? Does he have talent? Can he go crazy? Of course. He's a good basketball player. Does it take him over the hump? I don't know. I think Embiid owns him, so that doesn't care about. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
So
right.
It doesn't really bother us. Hopefully, I think the Philadelphia Sixers can be the best team if Paul George does Paul George things. Maxey continues to be Maxey, and then Embiid can stay healthy and do Embiid things. I think we're the most feared than that. I'm not worried about that. You took away their best 3-point shooter. So I mean, I guess you got Mikal Bridges, but you took away DiVincenzo that was lighting us up in the playoffs.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Like I say this all the time. I've said this for years. Super teams don't win. It's like when you put a super team together, they typically don't win, especially in that first year. Now, has there been some anomalies and some teams that have gotten together and they become kind of like team oriented? Yeah, but it takes time. Basketball is a different beast, a different game. It takes time for these guys to learn how to play with each other and figure it out. So do I think they're the best in the East? Maybe on paper. But
the question is Tibbs going to be able to get him to play defense? Because he don't want to match up against the best players. So, we know we've seen that in the playoffs. It took him to game 6 to match up against my man that was busting whatchamacallit's ass all day. What's the other boy from Minnesota? You know what I'm talking about.
What the other big man that's here?
Why can't I think about his name right now?
I was just reading an article about his ass too.
Gobert.
Oh yeah, Gobert. Okay,
right.
Yeah,
like he was getting his ass kicked that series, and then he finally in game 5 had to go down and defend. But anyway, listen, maybe Tibbs can get him to play defense and get aggressive and get a little dog, and then
they got a dog in Randall. I'll tell you that.
Oh, the Minnesota.
Yeah,
I think that work. And Randall should work. Can Brunson and Cat work?
Oh.
I mean, I think Brunson is Cat going to pick and roll, pick and pop.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. That's all day.
Hopefully, we'll see.
Yeah, I like Brunson's odds for MVP. To be honest with you.
What's those odds?
I think it was like 20-1 or something like that. Because I'm looking at it like this: you got possibly the best team in the East with the best player on the team. So to me, I was thinking like, okay, you know what I mean? And he's a dog as long as he can stay healthy.
Well, Cat's going to take a lot of those points away from Jalen. So
yeah, I don't know. I think he'll still get his.
What? It's going to take it. He was averaging what? Damn near what? 30? He's not going to be averaging 30 with Cat. He was playing with nobody. Who was he playing with? Who was Brunson last year playing with? Who was he playing with?
I mean, that's like saying Maxey not going to get money with Embiid on the court.
Maxey's lines are going to probably go down.
Well, I don't think so, man.
It was Maxey and Embiid last year, correct?
Yep.
So now it's Maxey, George, and Embiid. And it ain't James Harden where James Harden was playing point. Like now, Maxey is now going to be more a distributor. So his numbers his points are going to probably decline. Yeah. Maybe 23 versus 25. But
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson was at
It's not going to be a
30,
big dip.
but he was getting 30 because he had to get 30. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? On a nightly basis, he had to put up the shots. You ain't got to do that with Cat now because Cat's going to have to get his points too. Like it was nobody else that was scoring for the Knicks.
My bad. Brunson is 18-1.
Yeah,
Plus 1,800.
I wouldn't bet that. But
yeah, it's too low. It's too low. It's got to be higher. Maxi's interesting, but Maxi's going to have a ridiculous year for him to win that. Maxi looks good though. He looks good in some of the videos.
Will have a lot of lanes. He'll be able to get a lot of freedom to get some more buckets.
Yeah, he looks good. I expect his assist to go up through the roof.
Should.
So we talked about Davante. We talked about Red October. We talked about.
Can you get my man off the screen though? He's like this boy. Get the Knicks out of here. Fuck out of here, Knicks.
This bull, man. This bull funny as shit, man.
Brought a little cat.
We talked about Slay. We got Rasheed Rice. Trying to think, man. We got some quick hitters, man. Oh yeah, that one last quick hitter, and then like I promised you guys, we got the funny ass video of the greatest comedy ever. But here's another one, man. I think this was something that you wanted to kind of touch on and see and talk about. College football was insane this weekend.
Yeah.
Great games. NFL was kind of nothing special or crazy, but you're starting to see a slight separation, not a lot of separation in the NFL, I think. But let's talk about it, man. Pretenders and contenders in college football and NFL. Right now, who you have as a real threat in college football and a real threat in the NFL? I think we kind of already touched on the NFL. Kind of more interested what your thoughts is in college.
Let me take a look, man. Let me just open this up so I make sure I get the right teams in here. So right now we're looking at Alabama number 1. This is the AP top 25. I'll give you the top. Let's go to top 10.
Okay.
We got Alabama, Texas, Ohio State, Tennessee, Georgia, Oregon, Penn State, Miami, Missouri, Michigan. You want to just run through that? Let's run through. Alabama, definitely a contender. What they did at home at Georgia, Milroe looked really good. They were clicking on all cylinders. I think they're contenders. Do I think they'll win it all? I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure yet because that second half that they gave opportunity back to Georgia, kind of, I don't know. Like, I'm not sure which one is which, but they are very explosive. They got a couple young, really 5-star athletes. Obviously, in the young fella, Ryan Williams, 17 years old, doing this thing, man. He can go in the NFL right now the way he's playing.
Yep.
It's another guy that paints his fingernails and do all that TikTok dancing. I guess that's just the wave right now.
This is the wave, bro.
We get used to it.
That's the wave, dog.
Texas, I think Texas is a real contender here. I feel like they get to the big show.
Are they better with Ewers or Manning?
I think Ewers. Ewers will be ready for Oklahoma. So we'll see. We'll see how healthy Ewers is.
Yeah.
So I think they're saying Ewers will be ready for Oklahoma. Obviously, that's the big game for them. Everybody will be there. Big packed house. I think Texas is a real deal here. I think their offense is good. What they showed in the big house was huge. Michigan's been great ever since. You know what I'm saying? They've been doing well ever since. Not saying that they're contenders. Texas a contender. Ohio State contenders. They're Ohio State. Tennessee, man. Tennessee's scary because that offense is very electric.
Yeah,
very
Nico.
electric. Yep. So I think when they get in the playoffs, they can upset. There'll be bad matchups for some people. So Tennessee. Georgia, I know that was a big loss to Alabama, but it was only one loss. They'll be in the playoffs.
Yep.
I think they'll get right back on track. Beck was terrible in that first half. I think 3 turnovers. Looked confused out there. Alabama was prepared.
He looked scared at the moment. I didn't like the way. I didn't like the way he looked.
It looked rough in there.
Yeah.
But he was able to turn it around in that second half and dig out that big hole that they had. So I think Georgia will be right there. Oregon, I don't believe in Oregon. I'm not sure if they're just starting slow.
Who's that? Gabriel?
That's Dylan Gabriel, another journeyman. I went to 3-4 colleges. But I mean, you know, it's the COVID guys. It's the you know, these guys are graduating in those extra years.
So that means we got Oregon's a pretender then.
I think Oregon's a pretender. I do.
Yeah, Oregon's a pretender.
I just don't like the way they're winning games. I know they're 4-0, but they just don't look convincing to me when they have to play big upper level. Like 37-34 to Boise. UCLA's trash. They should have put 40, 50 on UCLA. You know what I mean? Like Penn State.
Contender. I mean, I'm sorry, pretender. Pretender.
They're a pretender. But you were on.
I was on them heavy in the beginning.
You was. Tell me.
I was. I
they
completely
pretenders now?
switched. I think they're pretenders.
So which make you feel that way? They're not doing anything convincing?
They're just not explosive offensively. They're steady. You know what I mean? They're steady. The run game with Singleton, Singleton, you would think it would be more explosive than it is, and it's just not. You know what I mean? Defense is steady. I think they got a dog out there in the secondary. I forget. I think a corner. His name is failing me. And then, you know, they always give number 11 to the best player, right?
Singleton's averaging 8 yards a carry, bro.
Yeah, but he hasn't had a big game.
Okay.
He hasn't had that eye-popping game.
Okay.
Not like that boy. Who's that boy in Boise State? Is it Canty? Forget that boy. The running back. Yeah, doesn't a running back in Boise State, like, he got like 1,500 yards already. He got like,
I think like, yeah. Let me go.
I forget his name, but yeah, no, they're big pretenders, man. Big pretenders. They'll give somebody, you know, some fight, but them versus Miami, Georgia, like anybody in the top 5, you don't like them against anybody in the top 5. Mm-hmm. Not one team up in the top 5 they could run with.
So you got them as a pretender. I got Miami as a contender.
Yes.
As a contender. I think they got the most composed quarterback in Cam Ward. I know he didn't play really well against Virginia Tech, but they snuck it out. You know, they always give a dud for you every year.
They should have lost that.
They should have. But I think overall, I think they're a good, solid team. I think they're a contender. Missouri, you know, that's always my sleeper. I don't know if they're contenders though. That's the thing. I think they're a sleeper more than a contender. They can make some noise, maybe. Michigan.
I think they're dogs in this game coming up. They got
Missouri.
Yeah, at Tech. Yeah, they're dogs at Texas
A&M. It's a tough place to play. So we'll see. We'll see what they do there.
Yeah.
If they come out if they got a Texas A&M with a win, that's gonna let me know a little bit more. I'll be able to see them more too and see what I can look at them, do my handicapping. Michigan, I just think they're not ready to make the next step. And then I think
they don't got no quarterback.
These last two,
they're pretenders too.
USC, I thought they had to get past that first game against LSU, and then they just haven't been looking good at all. You know, they struggled against Wisconsin for a second. Michigan handled them.
Colorado, contenders.
Colorado, they're not even ranked. What are we talking about? I'll say if we get deeper into. I'm gonna look at this. I'm gonna tell you a team. If we get deeper into this list, bro, watch out for Indiana. Indiana's going to upset some people, and I'm telling you, it's going to be like, damn, B told me Indiana going to upset. Indiana going to upset. It might be Penn State. It might be one of these teams that you don't think they're going to upset. Indiana, he got them boys playing. They don't have Penn State, but they got Michigan. They got Ohio State later in the season.
That's going to be healthy. Where is that?
Which one? They're at Ohio. They're at
Ohio State.
And they're home against Michigan. Michigan's at Indiana. I like Indiana, man. Indiana is a solid team, bro.
They're going to beat Michigan.
That's the sleeper that I think of this group here in the top 25 that can really make some noise potentially. And it'll be a team that you'd be like, oh, how the hell did they get to the playoffs? That'll be Indiana.
I think NFL is still trying to figure itself out, in my opinion. We know the contenders are Detroit. I think they look like they're picking up where they left off in the NFC.
I think the Jets are pretenders.
I think the Jets are pretenders, but we saw how they were imploding even before the season.
True.
You know what I mean? So that's written on. That's kind of
AFC East. Let's go AFC East. What we doing? You got just the Bills out of AFC East. That's a contender.
Nah, I think they're still pretenders.
You think the Bills are pretenders?
I think
so nobody at AFC East. Somebody gonna make the playoffs.
Yes, I mean the Bills will make the playoffs, but they beat the Card. They beat the. But look, they beat the Cardinals, they beat the Dolphins, and they beat the Jags.
Okay, I agree.
You know what I mean? So, and then they just got bombed on by the Ravens.
So nobody.
They'll probably lose to the Texans.
Okay.
They're probably going to lose these next 3 on the road.
AFC North.
Steelers are contenders. I think the Steelers are contenders.
You think so?
I think so, yeah.
So
I do.
Then what about Baltimore?
Pretenders. I gotta see it, bro. Until I see it, they not like get like winning the division, winning MVPs, and then losing in the playoffs. Like that don't like we've seen this story before. You know what I mean? Is Derrick Henry enough to get them over the hump? I don't think so. It's got to be Lamar. It's still Lamar.
I think Lamar is more focused. I would say this. I think Lamar is more focused this year than he's ever been.
Oh, yeah. He's tired of losing.
He is. So I'm afraid of that. But we'll see. Yeah, I think they're contenders. I think the Ravens.
He's tired of losing, but they're just not dynamic offensively enough for me. And he don't want to run. You know what I mean? He's not. I mean.
All right, AFC South. Houston or Colts?
Colts are pretenders.
I agree.
They're
but
pretenders.
Even with Joe Flacco's in there.
Nah. So he'll keep them competitive for sure. But remember last year he made mistakes. I thought like didn't Cooper have like over 200 yards with him one game?
Yeah.
Like Joe can still throw the rock, but he also made some bad mistakes too.
He also was off the couch.
Yeah, he was off the couch again. What are we talking about? You think he came in shape? He gotta get in shape.
Hey, he just know how to win, man. That boy know how to win.
Yeah. We talked about the Chiefs already.
Houston.
Yeah, Houston's
contenders.
Yeah.
So the Chiefs are contenders, you think? Chargers, pretenders?
Pretenders for sure. Yeah.
All right, NFC East. Let's go. NFC East. Commanders. Are they pretenders or contenders? Ooh, that boy Daniels, boy.
Pretenders.
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Commanders can fuck around and win the NFC East.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they ain't been a back-to-back winner, right?
And
God knows how long.
I'm slowly thinking about putting money in the future in that right now. I'm slowly thinking about putting the Commanders into winning the NFC East.
Oh, actually, you know what? I'm looking at their schedule. Mm-hmm. They have a weak schedule.
Mm-hmm.
They play the Browns. The real test would be at Baltimore and see what they made of. They play Carolina. They play the Bears. They play the Giants. Should be a good game at home against the Steelers. Then they're in Philly, at Dallas, home for the Titans, bye week. And then the end of the year is where it gets a little tough. At NOLA, home for Eagles, home for Falcons, and at Cowboys.
Are the Cowboys contenders or pretenders?
Oh, come on, man. What kind of question is that? They'll be forever pretenders.
Are the Eagles pretenders or contenders?
Now, that's an excellent question. Excellent question.
Take a drink on that one.
Excellent questions. I'm a Commanders fan. We're pretenders this season. We got a trash defense, but we're playing with house money in year one of the rebuild.
I hear you.
Yeah, I hear you.
Just enjoy the ride. Enjoy the
ride. He said pretenders, entire NFC East. Facts.
That could be true.
Could be true. I'm going to say the Eagles are contenders. I'm going to say the Eagles are going to figure it out by the time they need to.
Oh, man. Let me grab my...
But I ain't mad. If you said pretenders, I ain't mad.
Let me grab my...
Oh, shit.
Until this happens, we will forever be a contender. I mean, a pretender. All right?
All right.
Let's go there. All right, we're going to move on real quick. NFC North. Minnesota Vikings.
I'm going to surprisingly say contender.
Why is that surprising? They look like the best team in the NFC right now.
Because they're 4-0 with
and looking good. And looking real good.
They beat quality teams. They beat the Niners, they beat the Texans, and they beat the Packers.
And had them quarterbacks confused.
Yeah.
Hey, is it Flores? Brian Flores got that defense making these other quarterbacks struggle.
Yeah.
Vikings are definitely contenders. Detroit is a contender. Bears and Packers. I told you about the Packers. Everybody else hype on the Packers. I'm not. I'm
Wait,
not.
Love got hurt. What
I'm
you
not a
gonna do?
Love guy. What Love? Love was there last week. Love was out there. He was out there last week.
On a bum, one leg.
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
Love ain't the guy. Don't let that run fool y'all.
Hey, Hummel, take this question.
Are the Eagles contenders? Can you name one contender that doesn't believe in their head coach?
No.
You heard me. You heard what I said.
Yeah.
It starts at the top. Tampa Bay, Falcons, Saints, Carolina. Well, obviously Carolina, but Tampa Bay, Atlanta. It's gonna be a tough fight in the NFC South. You don't like Buccaneers. You think the Bucs are pretenders. So who do you like, Saints or the Falcons?
I think I'm gonna have to go Saints. But see, I don't know, man. It's a lot of mid in that schedule. The Saints beat Carolina, beat the bullshit of Carolina, beat the bullshit of Cowboys, but then lose to us and then lose to the Falcons. And now they got the Chiefs, Bucks. Like, that's a tough stretch. I actually think the Bucks are for real.
You ain't think that last week. Run the tape back. You said they are. Yeah, you were like, nah, they not it. You thought we was gonna go there and handle business. You wasn't believing in Baker. But I mean, I can see it now. I mean, they
just got that bad loss to Denver, and I just wonder if it's just that one.
I mean, you know you're gonna have those games.
But I mean, they beat Detroit at Detroit, right? They beat Washington. That seems like it's is something, even though it was game one. And they didn't just beat us. What you say? Belt the asses beat us.
I think in that division, Buccaneers win that division. I think it's gonna be tough. They'll have probably maybe one loss.
They got a tough stretch right here. Listen to the stretch going on the bye week. At Falcons, at NOLA, home for Ravens, home for Falcons, at KC, home for the Niners. That's a tough stretch. They'd be lucky to go 500.
And they had the Lions. Like, look at that schedule. But they went through the Lions. They went through us. Preseason, you would have them not look at the preseason. If you thought it was preseason, they wouldn't have they had one win right now.
Yeah, that's tough.
But they 3-1. So we'll see. NFC West,
Seattle,
San Fran. What's going on? This is one thing about football NFL right now. I'll be quick. Everybody's on Jalen Hurts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is Jalen Hurts the guy? Oh, he's not the guy. You got to get these guys in situations that they can be successful. That's why I always get on Nick. Do you look at the Seattle Seahawks? Geno Smith looks like a top 10 quarterback, top 5 quarterback right now. The way he's playing, he looks really good. Yesterday, I watched him play, or Monday night. I mean, I'm like, man, I'm talking about strikes. Look at Sam Darnold, written off. Damn near MVP right now. It just takes time for these guys to get in the right system, get the coaching that they need, and then they can be put in the best place. And that's what you're saying. That's what I'm saying with Jalen. Give him some time. I don't think his faults cannot be corrected. You know what I'm saying? He just needs to be in a system that he can flourish. You got to get back to that Shane Steichen offense where you're more RPO, more rolling out the pocket, short passes, and stop having these 18, 15-yard dig routes, crossing routes that he has to read from left to right. Like, put him in a position to win. So that's all I wanted to say about that. But Seahawks, are they contenders or pretenders?
I don't have a say on them because I haven't seen them play. I haven't watched one Seattle game, to be honest. I'm gonna say pretenders.
Okay. Even in that loss to the Lions, that's a tough game to play on Monday night at Detroit and the blackout. I thought they did. I thought that was probably.
I'm looking at their schedule. They ain't play nobody. They played Denver, they played the Patriots, and then they played Miami without Tua.
And they playing the Giants this week.
And they playing the Giants. Yeah, come on, man.
At Seattle?
At Seattle.
That's my survival, baby. They better not fuck up. I'll tell you that. I'm talking so much good shit about him right now. If they fucked up, they'll probably
you might,
yeah.
That'd be tough. That'd be
49ers.
tough. I think the Niners are still contenders.
Okay.
Roster's too good.
They lost to the Rams.
They lost to the Rams. That's always a tough
Vikings.
game. They lost to the Vikings. They beat the Jets. And they beat the Patriots. But they're holding on. They're holding on with what they have. I think I know Fred Warner got hurt, so they've had a bad string of luck with injuries.
Well, Fred Warner he just got hurt. He had a pick six, didn't he?
Yeah, he got a hair at his ankle.
Oh, after the pick six?
I guess, yeah.
Oh,
you saw he's running. He looks slow as hell.
I mean, he's kind of old.
I mean, but Debo's back. Kittle looks good.
I think this stretch here is a tough stretch for them. I think this is going to let us know for real. You got the Seahawks, Chiefs, and Cowboys. I think they
could come out of there.
That's a tough stretch. So
yeah, San Fran should probably be a big survivor pool. But this would be a tough game because I think, Cardinals you don't have to give them everything they got. You can't go 1-4. That's the season's over at that point.
True.
You know what I mean? They're not looking good after that. So I expect the Cardinals to kind of show up in this game a little bit. But we'll see. All right, I like that. That was a nice little quick rapid fire exercise. So now I want to show you guys and just remembering some of the greats that we lost this week. Kind of really surreal. It was like, kind of hits you one after the other in terms of some of these guys passing, and just want to show some respect because they have some Philly ties to us. So I got music here, but I don't even know what the drum blows sound like. Got a little, I don't know.
This is a memorandum. Is that what we're doing?
Right. I don't know what that joint is. I guess I should have been prepared to give us some real kind of, memory type music, but that joint don't work. So we just gonna go with the pictures. I really like this picture. Saw him in a Sixers jersey. He was here for a year and a half, but made a lasting impression. Right, he was part of. Always be remembered for being part of the finals run that we had when we went against the Lakers, and him getting dunked on by Shaq over and over again. But he still kind of showed up next year. He came back, had actually a decent year. And there was a funny story I heard about him. He said he came into the club when he was younger, and he would say, "Who wants to sex with Mutombo?" In the club, just like that. So
that guy.
Mutombo is that guy, man. So R&P to a legend, and some of the stuff he's done for Africa is it'll never be replaced. A true legend, not only on the court but off the court as well.
For sure, man. Great legend, man. That year, obviously, that picture's taken in the finals. He was a defensive player of the year. We had a sixth man of the year. We had the MVP. We had
that's crazy.
Coach of the year. I mean, we were really that was a really good time to be a Philadelphia fan, especially a Sixer fan. Great moments, man. Great moments.
No chance, Don. No chance, Don. It's a wrap for that guy. Next
chance
legend. I don't know. Chance to sit on the bench. Love this picture right here. Yeah. Mr. Pete Rose. Got a Pete Rose jersey, actually. Just passed away as well. The Hit King.
The Hit King.
Yeah, the Hit King. Played for the Cincinnati Reds for, I think, like almost 10 to 12 years, and then played with us for about, I think, almost 8 or so. Or maybe 6, actually. But won a the World Series with us in 1980. Did we win another one after that? Did we win in 80, or was that 83? I forget the year that we won.
83. Yeah.
I think it's 83. He won. He was here in that infamous team with him, Schmidt, and some of the other legends that were on the team. But another tie to Philadelphia. He'll always be remembered here as well. Obviously, I think Donald Trump just came out and said that he should be in the Hall. I agree with that. He should be in the Hall, but you know, it is what it is. He might be the outside looking in. But salute to the legend. And then finally, at the end here, John Amos to the greatest comedy movie ever made. We'll let you get out here on this clip. Make sure for tomorrow we will be having our best picks for college and NFL. Starting to pick up in the beginning, like it was like, but now we are picking up. I believe we are 7-2 or something like that over the last 2 weeks. So make sure you guys are tuning in, watching. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure you follow us on Money Pot Betting on YouTube and all social media platforms. What's up?
I know we on John Amos. You know what's crazy? I think the story is that he died in August.
He died in August?
He died in August, bro.
And it just coming out now?
It's just coming out. I think his daughter, obviously, I think it's just John Amos was an older gentleman. Obviously, he was going through some health issues later in his life. You had tapes of him like up in the wilderness, obviously aging. And I think there were some issues with his family and the daughter. I think the daughter found out that he passed away the way we found out through Instagram or through social media and the news. But he died in August. I think they got it written as August 21.
Jesus.
2024. And his daughter just found out. So I think there's some information that'll be coming out after this about the death, how the daughter admits that she learned it from us, from just like we did. So
that's crazy.
But anyway, I mean, like you said, one of the original dads, especially to people of our color in our communities.
For sure. One of the first black kind of TV dad. But we will catch you guys next week. Enjoy the video and have a good laugh, man. It's funny.
Cannot consort with such a girl.
Hey, now wait a minute.
Oh, huh? I know you have been inconvenienced, and I am prepared to compensate you. Shall we say 1 million American dollars?
No way.
Very well, then, 2 million.
You haven't got enough money to buy my daughter off.
Nonsense.
Joffrey, apologize to Mr. McDowell.
I will do no such thing. The man is beneath me, and so is his daughter.
I don't give a damn who you are. This is America, Jack. Now, you say one more word about Lisa here, and I'm gonna break my foot off in your royal ass.
Pardon me?